welcome to DobbsQuest, Season 4, Episode, 3? And yet, this may very well be the finale. We're gonna find out tonight. This is an interesting position. This is either the last or second to last session of an entire campaign, and that's something, I'd say. Well, enough beating around the bush. We have our 3 lucky characters on this grand adventure, ready to face off tonight. Playing the part of the Elven Bard, Serene, we have Daysnick. Uh-oh. As the sneaky thief Glane, we have GameCube.
If Glane dies tonight, I'm going to meet Dobbs in the parking lot after the show.
It's true. We all meet at a studio to record these. It's far more of a thing than you may think. And as the stalwart warrior Torgan, we have Lurking Turtle Gaming.
This might be my last night of being introduced, so, hello.
Hello. Wow, he did the thing. Everybody knows how this works. What was everyone's favorite dice roll in this campaign? Mine was 6. I liked the time that everybody rolled 10 5 times in a row. Not quite 6. His trademark hello. Whoops, I just closed my spreadsheet that contains all the information I need, including the topping everyone off because I'm generous.
Yeah.
And we need a chance. We need a fighting chance here. Well, the fate of the land rests in your hands tonight. Wait a second. So, players, how you feeling? How you feeling about this? Uh-oh.
Glaine's been pumping weights and doing heroin all night.
Oh, good. So, like usual.
I don't want to die tonight, but I also don't want to be the last one alive. What? I don't understand.
When everyone gets the level. Well, we've kind of done something vaguely equivalent in letting people bump up stats and assets for each season. But this is it. We're topped out now. This is as good as it's gonna get. So make it count. Hope you're ready. Anything you guys wanted to talk about before we really get underway here?
Can you link the spreadsheet with all of our asset details in the Discord for us?
Can I?
He erased those months ago.
Here, I will. I don't know if I can get the link to the spreadsheet, but I can just copy paste it.
That works. I just kind of. It's helpful to be able to see that.
There's yours.
He's already erased the intro. Are you kidding? He's already this.
Here's Glaine's. And here's Torgan's. All your super cool secret abilities. Ready to go. Ready for the evening. Everyone gains 2 levels. There. Did my stream just die?
I see you.
Okay. Let me refresh my stream manager. That was weird. Okay, I guess it just does that sometimes. It's alive. All right. Okay. I got worried there. I don't know if it did it stop? Did I misread that?
Wait, I've been missing a lot of these blade-bound things.
I know, right? I mean, you only get that first one. Dang it! Ow! He's so mean now. Okay.
What happened?
He's just being mean, because that's what he does now. All right. So to set the stage, you guys are on... You know what? You are on the ship.
How successful has Glane been in begging for 3 ships?
They don't have 3 ships.
So if the ship goes down, that's...
They have small fishing vessels and one decent ship that can actually get you out to sea where you want to be.
Just checking.
We could just have 3 dinghies.
I mean, why not?
I'm concerned because I don't have a swimming emote.
You don't need one, right?
I hope not, but, you know, it feels like it could come up.
Surely not.
I'm so filled with stolen goods, if I fall in the water, I'm going down.
I need some prayer.
Are there any things you want to do to prepare yourself for battle in any way?
I believe last time I said I filled up my light track, so that should be already done.
I'm topped off on my poison stuff, I believe.
Yep, you guys are basically topped off on acids. There are small things you can do to prepare for, you know, you could secure any advantages that you think may be viable. Or we can wait a bit on that.
I've already got a snail on my
That's true. You're basically
shield for
prepared.
whatever reason.
So, I don't think it's
going-
worth setting the stage. Everyone knows what's going on here now. This dumb campaign is crashing to an end. With a fight against a giant snail.
Everyone's here to see blood.
When, as we get going, and everybody's, like, all nervous and scared and ready to, like, go die, I have a Story Weaver 1 ability where I can secure an advantage by rallying our troops, as it were, by doing an inspiring or an enlightening song, basically bardic ability.
Yep.
And that would be kind of cool to tell them the story, sing them the story of when, you know, we slew the wyvern, because that's comparable.
Basically the same. Okay, so for secure an advantage, normally the benefit gained on a weak hit is +1 momentum, which you are already capped out, so you would need to have a strong hit to get any actual bonus here. And that bonus would be pretty substantial. +1 on on making a move right away. Probably enter the fray, honestly. So if you want to shoot for it, we can do it. You'll do it at a +1 on heart. So it would be a 4.
Let's give it a shot.
All right.
I mean,
What's the worst that could happen? Here we go. Okay. So
Let's just get that out of the
He
way.
had this out 1 against 2 tens. Dobbs!
all right. So
so they're not really encouraged by my song, apparently.
I'm
strings
not
on your lute
prepared for
broke.
this.
He prepared this.
I was so tempted to like modify the code tonight to like at least give me like a preview of what the next roll was going to be at the very least, if not giving me full control in case of emergencies. And I didn't. And now I kind of really wish that I had, just so I could not have this happen. Because this is completely derailing. Tens, double tens. First
There's
roll
not-
of the night, a 1 against double tens.
That's not a 1, it's a 5.
It's a 5, admittedly. It's a
Well-
natural 1. Natural 1s are going to play a part in 2 separate possibilities. One is if you're masked, which you're not. And 2, if Glane goes up against a horror and rolls a 1.
Which the Leviathan is not.
Let's see here. Actually, that is something. When you fashion a charm, envision and name the specific person or creature it protects against. We didn't do this, but I will allow, if you would like, for you to prep that. But again, that could miss. A wisp.
But this ability is already on, right?
I mean,
it was on from the last time it got primed.
That was specifically against horrors and supernatural threats.
Okay.
Which, weirdly enough, the Leviathan is not. It is a beast.
So would I run that now, or would I do that?
Yeah, we could just kind of do that now and then deal with this mess up here.
Yeah, I'd like to have all the bad things happen before we're in a combat situation.
All right.
So if I succeed on this, what do I get?
You will get a bonus when you are opposing the Leviathan. Of
like at all times,
possibly
or just the first time?
+2 or +1 if it's a weak hit.
Like on every roll against it, or just the first time I go up against it?
Until you roll a natural 1.
Oh, like a mask.
Yeah, kind of like the mask.
Okay, let's go. Like Jim Carrey, the mask.
I was about to say, yeah, exactly like Jim Carrey in the mask. All right, Wits is 2, which is not great, but let's go for it. Okay, weak hit. You have fashioned a talisman.
10.
There's that 10 again. A talisman against the Leviathan to bring you good luck. Serene did not, and she did not have good luck. Okay.
Is a weak hit worse? Like, do I get the benefit no matter what, or would it have been a better benefit?
It would have been a better benefit with a 2.
Great, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's something. So Serene, you attempt to share an inspiring song to rally the crew against the Leviathan as you sail into its territory, out beyond Icebreak, into the frozen seas beyond. And it doesn't go well, as it turns out. You fail, or your assumptions betray you. Just freaking pay the price. Gosh, that's rough. Okay, so the goal there is to inspire, and the crew are not inspired. They are afraid. They consider the vast scale difference between a wyvern and the Leviathan. They've been despired. What is this gonna do? With a match, honestly, something's gotta change in the scene, and I can only think of one thing that's gonna change here, and it's not pretty. I think the seas begin to shake. You begin to feel an unnatural, arrhythmic rocking in the waves.
So we enter combat early. Yay!
Yay! No more prep.
You played the Song of Storms.
Yay!
Apparently.
See, that's a bummer, because I was going to ask you if it was going to be worth it to do the Slayer 1 thing where we track or whatever.
Oh yeah, that would have been great. But no. Guess what time it is? Freaking Leviathan from the sea, rising up.
Think Baby Bowser at the end of Yoshi's Island too.
Yeah. The sea begins to shake, and you see an area of the water start to bowl upward as something below, with dreadful slowness, begins to rise up from the waters. Two great eye stalks rise up like masts of an ancient sunken ship springing forth, rivulets of water running down in great cascading sheets.
Okay, well, while it's still surfacing, I'm gonna go ahead and make us spring to position and see if I can get an early shot in.
You
with
will
some
need
of my archer abilities.
You will need to enter the fray.
Let's do it.
Here we go. All right. This is going to be with heart. 2 more tits. No, Dubu, stop trying to curse everyone. All right. Luckily, your heart is stronger than usual, and we have a good start. A strong hit on Enter the Fray. With that, you gain the initiative. And not much else right now. Victory is assured.
Okay, so Archer 1, secure an advantage by taking a moment to aim. We are going to go with Wits for now.
All right.
So
that's going to get you a +3 on your... a +4 because of your Archer ability. So you trust your instincts here. As soon as this great thing begins to rise out of the sea. Okay, weak hit. So you don't get any major advantage. You're capped out on momentum already. You let fly with an arrow. Is this one of your specially prepared arrows?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Waiting for that, you're waiting for that +1 on the roll. Okay, then this is just a strike. Are you wearing your mask?
Not currently.
Okay. Then this is going to just be edge, which is a 2. Here we go. 2 is a weak hit. Inflict harm, but lose initiative. All right, let's update all that. Oh yeah, I guess we don't need this anymore. We need instead the Leviathan. So that is 2 harm, initiative lost. As soon as this thing begins rising up, you immediately let an arrow fly towards it. It has little effect against the this barnacle encrusted titan of the sea.
At least I poked it in the eye.
You did, but there's a moment there where you kind of lower your bow and take a step back as even after all this time of watching it rise, it is still going up to its full height.
Well, if anybody else wants to take a shot, that'd be a good time.
We at least will need to get some more entering of the fray to figure out initiative.
I've got an idea crazy enough to work.
Okay.
So, George and I are up in what I assume this ship has a crow's nest.
Okay. All right.
And while we lost our 4th party member, the rope, in the last episode, any ship worth its whatever is going to have more rope.
Surely, some rigging at least that you can borrow.
Yeah, and a harpoon seems like a kind of one and done weapon. You throw it, it's in the sea.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've gotten a lot of rope with a ton of slack.
Okay.
And George is with the slack, so I can throw the harpoon at the Leviathan, and then once it hits or misses, George can reel it back in.
Okay. I like
I
the
assumed
plan.
it had some kind of launching mechanism, to be honest.
It didn't sound like it had a whole
It is a
shot.
pointy piece of ancient bone.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it had a crossbow that came with it, or a cannon or anything.
All right, well, let's see how your enter the fray.
And hopefully the
maneuver
height on the
works.
crow's nest is enough to give it airtime to reach the snail.
All right, Glane prepares to enter the fray. Weak hit. You have a choice to make. Which, actually, you know what? You don't get to pick the momentum because you're already capped out. You get initiative. All right.
Okay.
Are you going to try to secure an advantage here?
Yes.
Okay. And I assume that would be kind of the rope and the preparing of the harpoon.
The rope, and if I've got some extra salt from the galleon to bless it before I send it off and it's on its way,
All right.
I'll give it some salt damage.
I'll call that wits. Let's see what we get here. Strong hit. You're going to get a bonus on your strike here of +1. So, yeah, you and George are able to get things working exactly how you intend. And a little salt for good luck. And you're ready to hurl this thing. You've got an edge of 3, so this is going to be a +5. You are blessed by your talisman. And this is opposing the target through a move. Here we go. You bet with a +5, you better not miss. That's a weak hit.
Tens, right?
That's a weak hit.
That's at 10 again.
That's that 10. Oh, I can't escape it.
Get him out of here. Take his jacket.
All right, so that is more harm done, at least. You guys are at 2 of 10 marks. However, you are quickly losing initiative. You hurl the harpoon with all your might. You get a good running start. You really put some force behind it. But you find that it's not quite clearing the distance from here. Thanks to the rope, you're able to fish it back quickly, and you and George begin kind of the process of, quickly realizing that's not going to make it. That's not going to make it. We got to get it back. We got to get closer. We got to get closer, and begin working on getting that back. So you're preoccupied with that.
I call out to Torgan to buy us some time to distract the enemy while we reel it back in, because that takes a moment.
Torgan.
I guess that would call for my loyalist ability to assist by distracting.
And you can also go ahead and enter the fray as well to get that out of the way, just so we have a good idea of where you stand on that.
Okay, that'll be fine. But this is my only opportunity to use my Blightbound ability.
So it is. When you enter the fray, while wielding your Kinblade, add +1. So you're going to get a +4 on this. So guided by the spirit of the sword itself, you roll and weak hit. Even with that 4, you've got an opportunity to burn momentum, but I don't know if this is the right time for it.
Right.
But that's still, you can still take initiative with that, with a weak hit here.
It's fine, I'll take initiative.
All right, you prepare to act. So you're saying perhaps that you'll be using your loyalist ability here to aid an ally?
Yes. Yes, I'm going to, I'm going to try to distract it by, well, first I'm going to show it my shield and tell it, like, this is you. You're in trouble because I'm coming for you.
This is what you look like.
This is
you.
You see this? I'm not afraid of you anymore. You hear me?
I'm taking my power back.
All right, so that feels like that might be Shadow, kind of trickery, just trying to distract.
Yeah.
So you'll be getting a +2 on this roll. Here we go. It's a weak hit. Okay. Which is not great. It's not going to bestow any mechanical advantage because you guys are already kind of topped off on momentum. But there's a brief moment where, and with dawning horror, it seems like this piece of landscape in front of you is looking at your ship.
Great.
But yeah, good. Yeah, you're distracting it.
I don't really have anything that can cause it harm because I have kind of close combat weapons. But
I mean, you may have something you can at least, chuck at it.
you know what?
Bound to be like some mounted. We probably mounted some crossbows on the rim, on the rail of the ship or something.
You know what I have? I have a tomahawk. I found a tomahawk.
Did you know?
I did. It was used for building the ship, kind of sharp on one side, and I'm going to throw it at it.
Well, you know what? That's as good an idea as any. Let's see what happens with that. So, striking with edge.
I found a flintlock pistol.
You've got a 1 on edge, which is dangerous. So let's see what happens here. Torgan rolls, and it's a miss. You do have momentum. You can overcome this one.
I'm going to save it.
Okay, this is going to be a pay the price on a miss.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what we get here. Pay the price.
He loses his valued tomahawk.
Here we go. Well, I mean, you didn't hit it. Let's, realistically, what has to happen for someone to die? We've only had to really dive into these rules one time, and it got close. The idea is that there is a move called Endure Harm. You have to suffer health equal to your foe's rank. In this case, this is a rank 4 foe. So if they have to endure harm from being attacked by the Leviathan, they immediately lose 4 health. If your health is 0, suffer momentum to any remaining minus health. So if they're, say, at 1 and then they lose 4, they tick down 3 momentum in addition. Then they have to roll an iron roll. After, in this case, getting hit 2 times, they have to roll iron. If they miss at that point, then if you miss and you are currently at 0 health, you must, let's see here. You must mark wounded or maimed if currently unmarked, or roll on the following table. This table includes 1 out of 10, the harm is mortal, face death. So already there's a lot of dice that are working in your favor. You have to actually get hit. You have to miss on the roll to kind of shake off the effect. Then you have a 10% chance of landing on face death, or, you're going to face death if you don't get healed soon. And if all of that happens, then you jump over to the face death move, which is roll heart, and on a strong hit, you're fine. On a weak hit, you can kind of come back, but there's some kind of cost. And then on a miss on face death, you're dead. So there's several safety nets here, and we've gotten very close before. So it was GQ. Anyway, all that to say, what were we talking about here? What just happened? Torgan
We had
missed.
just killed the
We're paying
Leviathan.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's dead. We did it. I was going to roll a D100 and let the dice decide. A surprising development complicates your quest. All right. Oracles.
A second Leviathan.
A second Leviathan.
That was the baby.
That was the baby. Oh, good.
Ark starts circling the ship.
The Leviathan was friends with the mollusk, and it smells us.
Oh, yes. Someone from the other faction. No, they're not here. We're safe on that front, at least.
They're not dumb enough to be here.
Yeah. Okay, a surprising development that complicates your quest in some way. What is that? Move creature. Okay, the creature's massive salt-encrusted shell has finally fully surfaced, and with it a wash of monstrous waves come towards your ship. The entire craft rocks and creaks beneath the sudden shift in the sea. And Torgan must face danger with agility to avoid being knocked off balance and potentially overboard. We're going to hope that doesn't happen. But it's always a possibility, as long as he doesn't get a miss. Weak hit. All right, he succeeds, but at a cost. A small wound in the ensuing chaos. We're gonna dock 1 health. However, he has the opportunity now to get it back with a nice strong +4 roll. Strong hit. Torgan, would you prefer? No, never mind. You can't choose. Well, I guess you can choose. Would you
I need
like?
my health.
Yeah, yeah, you do. That buffer is kind of important. You're gonna lose 1 momentum for that.
Yeah, because if it deals 4 damage, then
that's
would be
1
at
less move
0.
you can deal with.
Yeah.
All right.
We need everybody to be at least 2 hits so that I have time to maybe heal them.
Yeah, exactly. All right. All right. So after all that, what are we doing next? We're not close enough.
Well, I'm close enough to put.
That's
arrows in
true.
it.
That's true.
Well, there are bound to be other archers on this ship, so I'm going to rally any archers to me.
Okay.
Hold forward position and just pelt the thing as best we can.
All right. So what is the play here? Are you wanting to get the other archers on board as a secure an advantage?
Sure. Let's do that.
All right. Let's call that heart to rally the troops here and see if you can get some help on here. Yes, and a match. So that is a secure an advantage. Strong hit. That's a +1 on your roll. Match. The sea.
Archers.
although the sea seems to be pushing you back, the wind shifts and becomes more favorable. You feel a strong breeze blowing out towards the mollusk. It's almost as if the creature's presence shifts the very climate around it. It is such a massive force. But as the winds, it's a sea mollusk. As the winds pick up, the sails begin to draw the ship somewhat closer, and you can begin to you can make a strike now if you are so choosing.
Yes, please.
All right. Is this going to be one of your bonus arrows?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a +3 on a strike. Is it a strike or is it a clash? The roll doesn't change.
Distance.
This is a clash. You do not have initiative. But either way, it is a weak hit. And on a clash, weak hit, inflict your harm, but also pay the price. So that does bring you guys up to 3 ticks. However, you must now pay the price. 35. 35. The current situation worsens.
We
So
lost a few NPCs overboard.
I was gonna say the nice thing about about getting closer to the Leviathan is more likely to actually be within striking range. However, it is well within striking range of you and the ship now. And as the shadow of one of these massive tendril-like stalks looms over the ship, you get a sense of how easy this thing could probably just smash right through once it whims such. So this thing can now damage you all. Be
Hold on a
prepared.
second. You said the eye stalk is looming vertically over the ship?
I mean, in some way, like a tower's shadow would. I'm not saying that it is currently like directly above you or anything, unless that's something you can do something with. That would
That I
be
can do
interesting.
something with?
Sure.
Maybe not, but Glane and that fancy pointy bit over there. That sounds a lot closer. And I mean, we do know Glane is famous for throwing children.
He is.
There it is.
There it is.
Mm,
So imagine that looming over the ship.
mm.
Huh.
Huh.
You're just gonna kind of yeet a small child. Well, not so small anymore, but just kind of, maybe get Torgan's help. Yeet a child with a pointy thing, kind of at the eye as it's looking down over the top of the ship.
So when the wind picked up, I made some hand motions to the person at the wheel, like, now go that way so we can get closer.
Try
So,
to be
but I like to
closer.
think
I
I'm-
want to hit them with my sword.
Yeah, let me throw a barrel at it. Am I in striking distance?
I think you could strike.
All right.
Well,
I'd like to aim.
at least with ranged weapons. If you're going for melee, you're gonna have to get creative.
No, I'm not
And
jumping on the back of
adventurous.
anything just yet.
Not again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna shadow walk onto its shell. I'd like to aim at the stock, at the eye stalk, with a throw of the harpoon, but at an angle where if I miss, it just is gonna go down and hit, the front of it. So it's not a miss
The pseudopod.
completely. Yeah, the front face of the snail versus
Yeah.
just the eye stalk.
All right.
One of those things where it's like you're aiming for the moon and you're too close to miss
Hopefully. We'll see.
with a 10 momentum.
Remember
You're too
that you
close
are
to
on
miss.
a rocking ship in the middle of the sea. The wind is high. But let's see what happens.
Gonna dip it in the salt again and give it one more good throw.
Now, currently, you do not have the initiative, so this will be a clash maneuver. But we'll see how it goes.
Clash is better for Glane. He has better edge.
Clash is not edge versus iron. It's do you have initiative or not. And the only difference is what happens when things go wrong. Like what's the result? The actual roll exactly the same. Here we go. Glane rolling with a 4. Protected by his talisman, but for how long? Ah, a strong hit. Barely.
No 10 this time.
Now, you get to choose. Do you want to deal 1 additional harm or take 1 momentum? I'll give you a hint. Your momentum is maxed out.
I'll take the harm.
Very good. You now have the initiative. All right. So, the harpoon, you send it flying with every bit of force you can muster. And you see this glint as it clears the distance. This is quite a throw. This creature is still some distance away. But you see as it strikes, the creature reacts in a way that all the volleys of arrows before had not elicited such a reaction. This thing suddenly seems to be taking notice of the ship in a way as viewing it as something that needs to be dealt with, something that is causing it pain and must be in some way pushed away. The eye stalk very abruptly just retreats back somewhat, but on a much larger scale. So it still takes it several seconds to shift.
I noticed the reaction, and once we pull the harpoon back for its reeling back in, I motioned to the helmsman of the ship. We gotta move a little bit. We gotta move away from this.
We have its weakness.
That was a good hit. Let's go.
It does not like the ancient harpoon artifact for some reason. All right.
I call down to the others to buy me some time again while we prepare our next attempt.
All right, what are we gonna do here?
What I'm doing so far seems to be working.
It's
so
certainly helping.
Let's continue to have the archers do archer things. I can take an advantage with aiming. We're gonna trust my instincts, I believe.
All right. Trust your instincts. Roll wits. And we're looking for that strong hit. Either way, it's going to be +1. So that is going to be a +4 on your aiming.
All right.
And that is a strong hit.
Excellent.
So you are going to get that by one, a narrow margin. You are going to be able to get a bonus on your. This is going to be clash. Still, you're still kind of on the. You're still on the back foot here.
Okay.
But you've got the opportunity for a +3 here. Ready for it? Regular old clash maneuver with a bonus.
Okay.
And there it is. Double 10s.
Really?
Neat.
That's twice tonight.
With a 1.
Both for me.
Both for you.
The one doesn't matter at the moment, but...
No, however, okay. So it's particularly bad on a clash to get a miss. You are outmatched and must pay the price. Okay, well, this is a little bit more easy to determine what's about to happen here. The creature has reacted. It is looking at your ship as a threat and wants to remove it. These massive eye stalks are much more maneuverable than the creature as a whole with its island-sized bulk. But its mighty eyes can swing across and strike into the ship. And it does so with the force of a landslide. One of these massive diameter eye stalks sweeps into the ship laterally. Wood from the masts and the hull splinters out in multiple directions. Day sees this thing coming. Many of the crew are ducking down, or those that are already up higher, trying to maneuver themselves as they fall. Day, what are you gonna do as this thing is swinging towards you?
Well, I do carry a dagger on me, so I'm just going to take out my dagger, get as low down to the deck as I can, and just shove my dagger into the deck and hold on for dear life.
All right, here we go. We're just going to try to hold as well as we can. All right, so that is going to be with forceful defense or endurance, holding tight to avoid getting swept away by the creature. Here we go. Okay, we've got a 10. That's a weak hit, though. That's good. So that is success at a cost. Here we go here.
My dagger might be destroyed.
Stress doesn't feel right in this situation. I could see lose advantage, hurt, or supply. So we're going to go those three as a D3. 1. Momentum. Face a new danger. All right, so deduct momentum there.
Yes, I can handle losing 1 momentum.
Well, and there's also going to be some kind of new danger at play here.
Well, we're on a timer because there's a hole in the ship.
I mean, there's definitely that. That was happening regardless of whether or not you successfully avoided the massive sweeping attack. From up above, one of the masts is beginning to fall. Serene must quickly dip out of the way here.
Reflex save.
Reflex save. She loves those. And let's see what happens. Do you wish to mask up? I'm assuming not.
No.
Okay, then we're going to go with +2 on this. Here we go. Uh-oh. Okay. You miss, or your progress is undermined. Luckily, this is not a direct result of... this is not directly the creature itself striking you with the force of a freight train. However, this is still damaging. This is going to suffer 2 health. However, you have a chance to get one of those back with a good roll on Endure Harm at a 3. Strong hit. You may either get your momentum back or spend a momentum to get 1 health back.
Oh, buy the health.
That makes sense. All right, so that is you shake it off. So you are sort of glanced by the falling mast, which collapses into and then over the side of the ship, taking with it snapping cords of rigging, screaming men flying over into the icy waters.
Okay, well, hold on a second. That could be an interesting opportunity. So there's effectively a spear leaning over the side of the ship now, you're saying?
I mean, yeah, you could... There's a wooden pole, yes. If you wish to reduce the concept of spear to that, then you've got it. This is not sharpened for... No one sharpened the mast before we left.
This is my chance now that the let's say the eyeball is still on the ship while it's inflicting damage, for me to try a strike. Now that I'm not doing a ranged attack.
Ooh, so let's see here. Could you? I'm
Slice
gonna
the ball.
say, because you have initiative, that yes, you can see this coming, react appropriately to actually manage to try and do some harm to this thing.
Yes, I want to slice at that eyeball while it's on the ship.
Okay, so you probably won't be able to hit the eyeball itself. This is more of just like the middle of the eye stalk swiping by. However, let's see here. You are sort of on a higher, you're kind of on a higher deck. You're on like the forecastle of the ship or something. So you've got quite a height advantage as this thing is coming. It's going to swipe under you, and crash straight through basically the deck below you. And so you take this opportunity to run towards the center of the ship, and you're just going to leap off towards the lower deck and try to sort of slice through this thing as best you can as it travels under. Let's see what happens. Does the sword talk?
Well, the sword is saying, "Don't do that. Don't do that."
No,
But
what are you doing?
I'm not following that.
I don't follow. I'm
I
sorry.
have to follow my
I'm not
heart.
with these people.
I have to follow my heart.
Well, as much as you wish to follow your heart, this will be with iron, which is advantageous.
It's even
to-
better.
Yeah.
That's even better.
New rule: all demonstrably dumb ideas are going to be heart rolls. Follow your iron. All right, here we go with a +4, and this is with a strike, so you've got a great chance of dealing a lot of extra damage here.
Ooh, come on.
We're gonna
Come on.
see. We're gonna see. Rolling.
Don't tell us. Let us see it.
It's a weak hit. You do have moment. Oh, not enough. You're at 8 momentum. Just shy.
And it's not a miss.
Okay, that's fine. You didn't like take damage in the ensuing chaos. That's important. But you're actually in a worse position overall. But you did deal 2 harm in the process. All right. So you leap from the deck and you hold fast to your sword. You can't really go for sort of your typical sort of swinging motion. This thing is coming towards you faster than you would swing towards it. So instead, you kind of hold it down and try to brace it against yourself and just sort of carve through it and pray that you've timed the jump right. And lo and behold, you actually catch onto this thing and feel your momentum shifting very quickly as your sword is being pulled back from you with this creature's massive bulk, like trying to stab a sword into a train that's passing by, basically. The train's not going to like it, but you're going along for a bit of a ride too. You are able to hold onto your sword and keep from losing it. You're not 100% sure how much damage you were able to do to this thing, but you feel like you got a little bit of a chunk of it with the sword. But you are thrown wildly off course. It's actually a few moments later that you're sort of looking up and trying to get your bearings and figure out what you're even laying on. And looking around and just seeing the absolute chaos with the ship's mast coming down, the deck in absolute disarray. There's a lot of screaming going on, but you've got your sword by your side and you're ready for round 2. Once you figure out what's going on.
I put some notes in chat. Like, as a last-ditch effort, we can save full ramming speed with the broken mast as an option. We could also try... I don't know how far off the front of the ship it's sticking. And you did mention there was some torn rigging hanging from it.
Mm-hmm.
So is that going to give us what we need? You also mentioned the shell is island-sized. So perhaps, do we need to just get on the thing and distract it from the ship so the ship can fall back to a safe distance? You gave us...
You guys abandoning ship to take the fight to the molsk, the sea molsk?
It's an option. I'm presenting
Is the ship going down right now?
I mean, not
Are we in danger?
currently, but it probably doesn't have long. Noting that it's
gaping hole on the side.
Yeah. Something just took a big chunk out of it. You're in absolutely zero danger.
I'm just kind of considering our options that this downed mass creates. Because, if the DM throws something at you, you take it and throw it back at them.
There you go.
That's just how that works.
Are we gonna
Very
try to
adversarial
pull a?
approach, but okay.
Are we gonna try to pull a Little Mermaid with this thing? Is that what the plan is?
What, sell it your voice?
No, we're gonna ram it with the.
I would save that as a last-ditch effort, but
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Cool.
I don't think you're going to be able to get much speed without a sail.
hmm,
Hello, Hudson.
Used up all the rope to fix the sails.
All right. What are we doing here? What do we have? What are we doing next? Glane still has initiative. No
I'd
one
like
else
to
does.
do something that either causes damage or buys an advantage for the rest of the group.
Okay.
Because we've discussed what George's part is in all this,
Mm-hmm.
but we still have Lucia.
That's true. I would advise right now, securing advantages is less useful than usual since you guys are mostly capped on momentum.
Okay, then I
Because-
guess this would be an attack.
Basically, because weak hits give you nothing, so your expected gains is a lot less than usual.
Okay, the event that just happened
Mm-hmm.
is causing the reeling in of the harpoon to take a little longer,
Right.
because that happened. So I'd like to use my favorite move,
Uh-huh.
my light up snap of the finger, to send a message to Lucia that it's her time.
Of course, because you guys talked about
We
this
talked
in
about this.
advance. You worked
We had
it
a whole
out.
night to talk about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what are you hoping to do here? What is
So
her part?
Her and some. This is a word I can use because it's a word about boat people, and some seamen are going to dump over some barrels of flammable oil goo into the sea in the direction of the molsk, and then she's just gonna shoot a little fire arrow into it.
That of course you had, prepared. All right.
We had all this.
I had to
Yeah.
make that for them.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
She's our poison expert.
let's try to secure an advantage here and see if this actually starts as a working plan here. We're going to use wits. This is a quite a plan here. So we're gonna get a +2 on this roll here for wits. That is successful. So you successfully, despite the chaos,
A match.
A match.
and a match, despite the chaos going all across the ship, Lucia is still actively assisting and watching for previously discussed signals. And she sees what's going on, and she calls out for the barrels to be thrown over. And wouldn't you know it, they're already in the water, which is good, because things are already crazy enough as they are right now. Let's see, what's the nature of the match?
The snail is already dead center in the goo.
Well, I guess the question is, it's great that this might do something to the snail, but will it also do something for you? Your ship is also in the water. So there's
Great
that.
plan.
It's conveniently made out of wood.
Yeah, famously combustible. Manipulate resource is
But
the
that's
nature
wet wood
of
down there.
the-
That's not the
Oh
dry
yeah,
wood.
yeah,
up
the wet
here.
wood's fine. Manipulate resource. I have no idea. What is that gonna do for us? What changes? Favorite. We've already triggered favorable winds in this case. Okay, let's call it this. The rigging is holding on that mast, and it is forming basically a large suspension bridge towards the molsk. Whether you do anything with that or not is, that's up in the air. But there's your match. There's your change to the environment. There is a sort of dangerous but accessible path to get you within to get you closer to melee range. All right. And so now the next thing you're doing is you are having her set fire to that, which is going to make quite a bit of flame around on the waters, which the Leviathan does not seem to enjoy. It's not really used to that sort of sensation, but it's not immediately destroying the ship out of instinct or anything, so you're lucky there.
Hopefully it sees the fire and the ship as two separate threats.
Fingers crossed.
It's a dumb snail.
Maybe it wants to. It'll just go over and put out the fire.
Surely. Now, because it's a strong hit on Secure an Advantage, you actually get to make another move at a +1 if you want.
Has the fire already struck the snail?
It is around the snail.
It's not caused any damage. I haven't seen the thing go up.
No, you won't, because the only way to actually cause a creature's progress track to increase is to do a strike or a clash.
Gotcha. All right, well, we've successfully... That fire bought us the time to rope in the harpoon, so I'm ready for shot number 3.
All right.
This time, I close my eyes for just a moment before I throw it, and I see Gary's fuzzy little face. And then I open my eyes and I throw.
All right. Another massive throw. Uh-oh. I got bad news for you.
Minus 10 momentum.
Well, that's usable. If you want to use your momentum here to make that a strong hit on the strike.
I think I will, because
take it
when
with
I
you.
burn momentum to improve your results in combat, envision how your hard-won fighting experience gives you the upper hand. Then take 1 momentum after you reset and add 1 when you make your next move.
That's for the, let's see, veteran.
Veteran ability.
Yes.
So, I've done this before. I fought a mollusk. This is just in the water. It's all the same thing. Let's do it.
Basically. All right, well, that means that you do get to make a +1 on your next move. Either way, you maintain initiative because this is now a strong hit. Which means on a strike, a strong hit is 3 harm. However, whoops, not 114, 14 steps. However, you rolled a 1.
Oh.
If a 1
And
is
that
rolled
doesn't
on the
get
action
fixed.
die, no, it does not.
I'm about
The action die is never affected by burning momentum.
My superstar has expired.
Yes.
Oh,
The magic is spent.
the talisman goes dark.
Which you probably don't even notice in all the chaos right now. However, the harpoon flies true and strikes the creature, who hollers out in this echoing noise reminiscent of whale song. Okay, meanwhile, Torgen is a little bit dazed, but is up. Sword still in hand.
It's time.
What is it time for?
It's time.
Oh no.
You said that there's sort of a bridge to the Leviathan. I think it's time for me to get on that Leviathan.
Oh no. Are you gonna take the harpoon? Are you going for the harpoon to drive it in?
Oh, I was just going to take my sword, but you know what? That sounds like a good plan.
Because the harpoon is there in the creature.
You can use the rope from the ship to the
Hey, Maps.
harpoon stuck in the thing. You can use that as an advantage while crossing the bridge.
Ah.
We know all about walking along ropes.
Are you
on
gonna
this
walk
team.
along a rope?
Well, like,
No,
maybe use
no,
it to help.
no. He's gonna walk across the bridge and
But the
have his
bridge.
hands on the rope. So he's got 2 bracing points.
No, I'm not going to face danger that much. Good lord.
Wait, what's going on?
He's just using it as a guide rope while he's walking across the bridge.
Like a handrail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting on this thing.
All right. Are you going to be using the rope to secure an advantage?
Yes.
Uh,
I
put a hand on George's shoulder, like, don't reel in the rope yet.
Hold.
Wait.
Hold. We'll call this one a heart roll then, relying on George to help hold. Let's see here. Here we go. That's a strong hit.
Since me and George were holding the rope, do I aid the ally and get anything out of that, or
No.
dang it? George took the one.
Maps I can show you in Discord later, or walk you through it. All right. So you're gonna get a +1 on your roll to face danger. This is, this is gonna be precision. Edge 2, because you got that secure an advantage, and you have 8 momentum in the bank. Don't forget about it.
Yes.
Here we go. Would you like to use your momentum?
Yes, I would.
Good choice.
Into the fire sea with Torgen.
All right, well, that is a strong hit now, which means you get 1 momentum as a reward, and you don't fall into the waters.
Hey.
All right. So, Glane sees what Torgen is going for, and gives the command to George. Hold on to that. Hold on to that tight. Meanwhile, Serene, who has been aiming with arrows towards this creature, trying to keep it sort of focused in and not dealing with the harpoon, trying to keep it from smashing into the ship again. She sees this figure just sprinting across the deck, jumping over the scattered debris and broken barrels and splintered mast, and suddenly sees Torgen just with unnatural grace. Is he running like a man or a horse?
A horse.
He's running exactly as he should be, with the speed and strength of a horse.
Of my ancestors. I call upon the strength of my ancestors.
He leaps on to the overturned mast, which is still barely hanging above the sea by this taut rope of the rigging. He grabs hold of the rope connected to the harpoon, George holding on one end to kind of give it security, and he rushes along, following it towards the end, towards the harpoon itself. Does anyone want to aid Torgen before this happens?
Couldn't wait.
Load him up with momentum somehow.
I will aid an ally by rushing to help George brace the rope.
That is an iron thing, just to kind of throw that out there.
I might have to be the one that does that, because we're on a crow's nest and no one else is around George. We're up here.
Oh, that's a good point. You did mention that you guys are up high. All right.
What I might do instead actually is fall back and try and heal myself. Put a band-aid on my boo-boo.
Oh yeah, you are pretty well wounded.
Is this my next move that I get a +1 on?
Oh sure.
Since my burning momentum.
That's a good point. Yeah, you do get to get a +1. So you'll be securing an advantage or aiding Torgen with strength here. So you'll be getting that with a +3 total. Let's see what happens. Glane rolls. Yes. By 1 point. By 1 point keeps happening.
Yes.
That's a strong hit. Okay, options here. You can either Torgan can either get 2 momentum or a +1 on the actual roll.
It's got to be a +1 because
I think so. With the momentum, it's going to take too long.
yeah.
Okay. Next up, then Serene healing. Herbalist.
Yeah. I'm just gonna fall back and try and patch myself up because my goal is to let them do some shenanigans while on the snail to rack up a little more damage. Then I'm the only one with momentum left to try and secure a strong hit to end the fight.
That's a good point. So you want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
Do I get a thing since I helped him? I
Uh,
aided somebody.
do you have Loyalist? I thought that was Torgan.
I thought just helping people out got you momentum sometimes.
Only Torgan.
Dang it.
All
Why
right.
did I help him?
So
I still
Serene
appreciate the help.
is going to be rolling a +5 wits to heal herself for 1. And that's success. You are back up to 5. You quickly patch yourself up. You just grab whatever you've got, tie a quick bandage around your leg from where the mass splinters had carved a bit of a cut across your skin.
Okay.
Scratch, which is almost like someone dying, basically. Okay. Well, Torgan, you've got a +1. Is it time?
Oh gosh. Let me equip or just.
We're looking through the assets, see if we've got anything here.
That's when I endure harm in a fight. So
Mhm.
I mean,
Nothing
I don't-
you've got can really get you anything better on a strike move or even a clash at this point.
I guess it's all up to the dice now.
Yeah, basically, that's the only thing you've got, unless someone can get you a lot of momentum really fast, and I don't see that happening.
Let's do it. Let's pull that harpoon out and stab it again.
All right.
Me and George kind of jimmy the harpoon out so that it can pop out and drop down to Torgan
Oh, good
without
idea.
pulling it all the way back to us.
All right. And just to make sure, he does have...
I shout out to him, don't take the rope off it.
Ooh, Torgan does not have initiative right now. So you're going to be kind of at a disadvantage. It's still going to be a very good roll. 6. Incredible.
Do not roll a 6.
All right, so let's see here. Clashing with a +5 here. Strong hit would be good, but we're gonna see what happens. All right, Torgan pulls the harpoon, searches around for a weak point here, and just hopes to the fates that he's found a suitable spot to stab this creature.
Nice.
Okay. I was waiting for you guys to see it before I said.
Yeah. Wait. It's just how many ticks does that give us?
All right. So here's you're not
It's a
really going
strong
to
hit.
love this. It's a strong hit on a clash. So you get the initiative back. That's important. The very important thing is you get the initiative back. It is by default 2 harm, which is 1 tick. Well, one box filled. That puts you at 8.
But this may be our only shot at a strong hit.
I know.
I still have my momentum.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can, if nothing else, you can take 1 momentum here, or you can do an extra half a box of harm.
but a half a box doesn't really.
But you're still rolling at a +4 here.
So I can turn around and try to make it again.
Yeah, if you wanna roll the dice for it.
I want to do it again.
All right.
Let's hit it again.
All right. Are you going to take right now? Are you going to take the momentum or the half a box of harm? The big difference that matters here is that if you get a strong hit on your strike, you can do another extra half a box, which will bring the total to 10. So if you take the half a box now and you get a strong hit, then you're at 10.
That's fine. I'll do it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, the difference between 2 momentum and 1 momentum isn't really...
Does anyone want to aid him in some way? You know, shout some encouraging...
Please. Put your hands up, everybody.
Everybody at home, put your hands in the air. Give Torgan your energy.
Find your nearest snail and kick it.
So, I,
Thank you.
now that I have, kind of patched myself up real quick,
No, it's German.
I'm gonna hop up on top of some barrels, whatever's close by, whatever I was hiding behind, and, call the scrambling, panicked masses attention to the fact that our bravest warrior is on the back of the Leviathan, stabbing it with an ancient cursed spear, and try and get everybody to
put their hand.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna make them cheer, but
use the power
yay,
of friendship.
Torgan, come on, yay! Send the spirit waves, whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna die
Animate
tonight,
something
I'm
or
gonna do
other.
it. I'm gonna do it massively.
This is it.
Torgan catches my eyes at the crow's nest, and I don't say anything, but I just kind of nod. Good one of those.
Yeah.
Bring it on, buddy.
All right. We're gonna call this aid ally with heart, which Serene can do heart. Here we go.
One, it should help the crew be less panicked. Give them something to focus on.
Day, do you want to spend your momentum to give Torgan the +1? The other option is Torgan's going to get 1 momentum and he'll be at 2.
Why reset to 0?
You did, and then you got a momentum.
No, I mean, why am I reset to 0? I know I'm 1 because I'm...
No, you're right. That should be a
clad.
reset of 1, so you're technically at 2. Very good catch. Thank you.
He's cheating.
I don't have the I don't have the reset values automated in the spreadsheet, which is really dumb.
We might need the momentum to end the fight, though.
I agree. And I can afford to take a hit. I'm at full health, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, I can't do it.
All right. Then Torgan is getting 1 momentum from the aid ally move. He's got the initiative. It's all coming down to this. This is going to be with iron, so that's a +4. I'm going to click the button.
Oh boy.
There we go. I got to make sure to capture the audio of this potentially very important roll. Torgan.
Yes.
With great resolve, pours all of his strength into stabbing down the abyssal harpoon into the great Leviathan's salt-encrusted body. There is a resonating force felt. Torgan feels the very living ground beneath his feet quake. The crew above the ship, Serene, Lucia, George, and Ghislaine, in the crow's nest as well, feel this force emanating as the creature very slowly with geographic speed, just from the size of it, slowly rears back, letting out this mournful tone as the spear carves into the creature, striking some unseen weak point within it. Torgan,
That's it.
you've done it. It's time to end the fight.
That was a strong hit.
That was a strong hit, and I know we said that would be the end, but there's still another roll. We still have to roll to end the fight. End the fight is a progress move. There's no momentum to burn on this.
Ends.
So we automatically are going to get a 10 on the left because that's how much we put into defeating the Leviathan. But the other 2 dice are still totally up to chance. We are looking for a strong hit. Even a weak hit could be good. Here we go.
No double 10s.
I'm not rolling it, so it shouldn't be.
Oh my god.
There it is. 6.
We did it!
6.
We lived!
Torgan pulls the spear and flees back towards the rigging as the Leviathan begins to flail with its massive body, spasming. But it's already
Torgan,
beginning.
hold on to that spear.
It's already beginning to sink down into the sea. Torgan, the rigging, the mast, it's now above you. You're gonna have to jump.
George and I pull back on the spear. I think it helped us in this fight, and we don't want to cast it off.
That's true. In fact, I'd say that's aiding an ally, even to some degree.
Torgan, hold on to that spear.
He could grab the rope.
I have a...
It's been used. We're done with it. Glenn pulls the rope along with George to try and give Torgan an advantage, but oh no! The sudden force pulls the spear, but it slips from Torgan's fingers, and he's now left without that lifeline. He's got to grab the rigging and climb back up before the mollusk takes him down to a watery grave with it. Torgan leaps up, reaching as best he can. A weak hit! Oh, what's it gonna be? All 4 of them are possible. A 4, you sacrifice resources. Torgan, what do you lose? Something drops into the sea.
Probably that...
Is it the sword or the shield?
That darn... Do I still have a hold of the spear?
No, actually, George and Glenn reeled it back to the ship.
Ah, jerks. You know what? It's gonna have to be the shield.
Oh, that's
It'll be
that's
the
rough.
easiest to replace.
I can make another.
It's not a
You
like.
are a shield
magical
bearer
item.
It doesn't talk. It doesn't have
without
a
a
name.
shield.
The sword has been. Yeah, the sword is.
The sword is important.
imbued. I have to.
You're guarding what's his name's ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
It's the sword of Zura. It's very important.
The sword has a credit score and a social security number. You can't just throw that away.
That's right.
I can always draw on another shield, I guess.
All right, but the important thing is you're back up. the remaining crew quickly gather around to pull you aboard. And everyone watches for a moment as this titanic creature begins to sort of collapse in. The once deadly, powerful eye stalks now pitifully collapsing into the water. And the whole thing, shell and all, beginning to very slowly sink beneath the waves, never to rise again.
Lane, you have any diving gear to go loot that?
I do have a rope. I can tie it around my waist and dive into the sea and try to grab as much snail gear as I can.
No.
But I'm going to skip it this time.
Are you familiar with hypothermia?
I've been burned too many times by trying to loot terrible monsters in stupid places.
All right, well, now here we are on a very damaged ship, but it still floats. Despite the massive damage suffered by the attack, after investigating, you are informed that the ship is to some degree still viable.
Well, we gotta get to that island.
We'll be missing a sail, so we're not going to be at full speed. But you have already been in talks with Lucia about the surrounding areas and trying to run the numbers on how much time you have. You've spoken with the crew about the distance to the island you're heading to. The exact time of the trip is not certain because it's been so long since anyone's been able to make the trek. But the actual it looks like you're going to make it before the Brotherhood.
I want to grab some pieces of the ship itself, some wood from the ship, and begin making a new, not very pretty shield.
It won't do much, but it's a start. It's something. And with that, it's time to get to the island. It's time to get to the Mana Spring.
We might send some people back in one of the lifeboats or something, just so that, people know what happened and that it's safe now. And I'm gonna find one of those people and tap them on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, listen, I need you to go visit the old hermit lady up on the hill and tell her we made it."
Go cash in our iron vow to kill the Leviathan, get us some experience points, and mail them back to us.
I don't know if that works, but sure. Why not?
I mean, we did promise to the ghost. The ghost doesn't need told, probably.
Well, would it be faster to return to where we came from and get a faster, better ship, or trudge all the way to the island?
This
what's
is the
closer?
only ship.
We had the best, didn't we?
Oh, it's the only one.
Yeah, this is the one that's going to be able to make the trip one way or another, and you don't really have time to get it repaired. So you're just going to get there when you get there and hope that that's enough.
They don't have an O'Reilly's out here.
No, I'm afraid not.
O'Reilly's.
No, I'm curious though. Does the ghost just kind of automatically understand that he's been avenged?
I mean, it's uncertain.
Why is there a Leviathan ghost now?
Oh, hi. This is awkward. It's something that you could probably consider dealing with after the fact.
Okay.
There
Just,
are,
looking for free level up or bonuses
there are
or something.
pressing matters here. We're done with level ups. There's no more experience points for the rest of the game.
Yes, we'll spend the end of the game leveling up after the credits roll.
There you go.
For nothing.
All right. Going to the island?
Are we doing this tonight?
I think so.
We're starting the island?
I think so. There's surprisingly little.
I feel like this is a good stopping point, and we're already looking at the clock. Or at least give us like a 10-minute break.
All right. We can take 10. And then
on to Gullah Gullah Island.
I think the main threat is gone at this point.
Supposed to end this tonight.
I mean, there was a death. There was a
death.
All right. 10-minute break.
Okay. Mostly I just need to go to the bathroom. And kick this cat out of the room.
There you go.
Great.
If I needed a bathroom break, we would be taking a 35-minute break.
From all the McRibs?
They're still in there.
Turn on the theme for our background music here. Bookend everything. Congrats, Hudson.
I can't believe how well this is going. What could go wrong now?
I mean, that was basically the combat encounter.
By the way, I did get your Simpsons reference from the die torque and die.
Good. I'm glad.
Yes,
I mean, they're gonna fight us, right? The Brotherhood isn't just gonna throw their arms up in the air. And...
Here's the big thing: is you're here first.
Oh, like
Your whole quest was get the information.
So we might not have anybody to fight.
Basically.
We could lay a trap for the Brotherhood.
You should do that.
You got here. We've already saved the day.
Oh yeah, I gotta turn the soundboard volume
Where's my
back up.
cat?
Where's my horse?
There you go. So the important thing is the information on the runestones themselves. That's the whole point of like the last 3 seasons.
Just to get it before they destroy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, admittedly, that last piece you didn't quite have a handle on until the end of season 3. But now knowing that's a thing, now you've got the opportunity to deal with it. That was a good in the fight. Probably one of the best.
Was it?
That went way better than anyone could have ever guessed.
Really?
That, like 2 things of damage got taken from our entire party, like the whole time.
And I mean, in both of those cases, you were 1 hit away from death. You know?
Yeah.
Like, at 4 health, if you guys hit 4 health at any point, then all you would have to do is get a miss on Endure Harm, and then you are in serious danger of being out of the fight.
Whew. Been an honor.
Man.
Since we have 6 minutes at least, are you able to pull up the video that I just dropped in the DobbsQuest and play it for everyone? There's no audio to the video.
Okay.
And I think they would all enjoy seeing it.
Then yes, of course.
It's 48 seconds long.
Put him over there.
Oh, look.
It's having some issues loading.
This looks like one of those videos where they make the cat look like it's singing.
You had a lot of fun with that, huh?
I did.
Good.
I caught him in a yawn.
A beta Minecraft server, Hudson? It is a bit of that, isn't it, Dubu? I can't
I like
really
his
run
pointy teeth sticking out.
servers. Because of my network problems. There he is.
There you go. Cat goose.
Cat Goose.
Cat goose.
Maybe once the new update drops, we'll bully someone into running a server.
I just don't give a darn about dog armor. I'm just gonna say it. Unpopular opinion.
I have no idea what's in the update.
That's my hot take of the day.
I just want to put blocks together. I want the crafter. That's the one. That's what's in the update. The crafter.
It didn't make it, did it?
Did it not? What? Man.
Where it would let you go out of further from the crabs or whatever.
No, the auto crafter.
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
Carry
wanted
cat carry.
I wanted the crabs where
Oh, gotcha.
you could go out a block further with the.
Picturing the sand level in SN64.
Yeah. But with the cat carrier instead of a hat.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
that 10 minutes?
I don't know how long it's been, but I'm back. So
All right. Let's see this through right to
Finish
the
the
end. The fight is done. We just have to see the plot through now, I think. I hope. That better be it.
Yeah. Once we get on the island, we are making a beeline for wherever this is supposed to be. No sightseeing.
Yeah.
No detours.
This is the island. There is nothing but sea and ice for miles around. The island still teems with greenery, though. There is a certain warmth about it. Blooms on the trees, lush grass, the sound of birdsong in the air.
Oh, that probably is making my magic senses tingle.
Sure enough, Serene, you feel a sort of like a string attached to your heart itself. You feel a sort of tugging towards the middle of the island.
All right, well, I guess that is a good plot reason for me to take the lead.
All right.
Other than the momentum.
Who all is going?
Well, since there's actually wood here, they might be able to patch up the ship a little bit. So I think
Perhaps
we're leaving
so.
the crew behind.
Yeah. Lucia and George.
And taking George and Lucia with
All right.
us, yeah.
So the five of you walk the path towards the center of the island. The island is rather small, but has just the slightest hill towards the center, and so it's a slight upward incline. And there you find sort of a small grove encircling a circle of trees. Healthy, thick trees that have been here for who knows how long. And there in the center of them all, you see a rippling pool, bright and white. And around it, a series of mystic inscriptions, runestones from generations ago, all in pristine condition.
Yay!
Time to write that down real quick.
Serene jots quickly, double checks, triple checks, compares against previous notes, and confirms this is it. We have the full set of runes. Now what? You have a choice here. Like, at this point, the Brotherhood is coming to this location.
I've still got the harpoon.
That's true.
Serene and
They're
Torgen.
not sea snails, but
Serene and Torgen, you guys need to get on the boat and get that information where it needs to be. We might have saved the world, but I've got unfinished business. If they see the ship here, they're gonna know we're here. They need to think they got here first.
So
See where this is
why are
going.
you wanting to stay?
Because the Brotherhood's coming. I gotta get my cat back. And the
I don't-
harpoon needs blood.
I don't think Javin has it. I think the Eagle does.
Isn't this something important enough where the Brotherhood leader would come and do this? Isn't he not coming?
He is not. He is and
You're gonna make
has
this
been
go on another week.
safely back in Bastion for basically
Ugh.
the entire campaign, and
If I
that
can-
detail has been
If I
brought
can
up.
get a
by
Shadow Walker, if I can get at least one Shadow Walker, I can make him Shadow Walk me back to their base. I can fast travel there.
Not over
This-
water.
This is going to end on a
They didn't
cliffhanger.
We're gonna have to come back next week then. There's no way around it. You can't just say we saved the world, nuts to your quest. My personal thing. We need
No,
closure
that's
on Gary.
epilogue. That's epilogue.
Alright, well, if
There's
he's
a
not
slight
coming, let's get the
meowing
hell out of
from
here.
under the
Yeah.
cobbles of the fountain.
If he's not coming, then I rescind all the stuff I said before. I
That
guess we're
makes
not doing
sense.
this.
Glenn is smart.
Glenn came to his senses and
We
went
did
with us.
promise the Harpoon Brotherhood blood, though.
Well,
Leave it here.
can we? Yeah, I was going to say, can we answer the question? Did we ever decide if it was loyal to us or not?
Nope.
Well, maybe we leave it and it goes on a rampage.
There you go. You know, doing its harpoony things.
We dip it in the pool and cure it of its curse.
Yeah, at this point, basically, it just is a cursed thing. It's not like suffering from a curse. The Brotherhood really can't win at this point now, because now you have the information, and as long as you can distribute it into enough safe places with trusted people, they won't be able to cut off that information. The runestones will be able to be rebuilt, the mana springs restored. They've lost.
Yeah, we need to go back and visit my great-great-great uncle 3 times removed.
That's true.
So maybe let's get on that.
All right. So
Is it
here's the
epilogue time?
yeah. So here's the big question for the grand epilogue is what happens to the characters now? Serene has, you know, a relative apparently here in the Ironlands. One of her true elven tribe. Glaine has a revenge plot to deal with.
Oregon still needs closure on this whole Javin's a bad guy thing.
Which will likely be dealt with, you know, beat 'em up sort of thing.
I feel like Torgan and Glaine's adventure continues, but my next step would be to go back to the Frozen Wastes and find great uncle 4 times removed.
Yep.
And
Begin restoring the runestone.
begin restoring that, give him the information he needs. Then I need to continue, probably go back to the Elven lands I came from, because they are outside the Ironlands and unknown to the Brotherhood. So that tribe of elves is tasked with the preservation of knowledge. So
That is
they
good
have the
information to
greatest
preserve.
library. They have they have the best libraries in all of the known world, to the point where they have books in the language of the Fae, which is why Serene can speak Fae. So,
It all makes sense.
and then, now that we can restore the magic of the land, then she can rally some more elves and, I don't know, maybe recruit some Fae and go about fixing things. So she needs to be the information ambassador at this point.
I'm gonna patch things up with my brother, who wasn't very friendly. I'm gonna go back to my my village, a hero, and I'm gonna become the mayor.
I was gonna say it's the main thing. And then finally, take the camera to the city of Bastion, where the sun has already set, and there on the rooftop is a shadowy figure looming and watching, and mutters under his breath, "I'm coming for you, Gary," before disappearing down into the alleys.
I'm gonna give,
Spin-off solo campaign coming summer 2026.
DobbsQuest DLC.
I make sure Torgan has a copy of the runes so he can fix that. I think if we use the same runes or maybe customize them a little bit, he can get that dark portal outside his city working again.
The one that's been completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And then as for the rest, Lucia joins Serene's adventures as a bit of a scholar herself, caretaker of knowledge. George, what happens to George?
He's not
Died.
going to be separated from his sister. He comes with us.
George succumbed to heart disease 3 years later. That's his little thing in the credits. The where are they now?
He comes with us.
Okay.
And he's still very excited to learn all of the random elven words.
He third
'Cause
wheels it up.
He knows he's going to eventually get to meet more elves, and he wants to be able to talk to them in their own language, even though all he can say is, "I love cheese."
And he does actually love cheese.
Whew. How many years have we been doing this?
Too many.
Almost one.
Almost a year.
Almost a year. And it's over.
It's over.
Lorraine and Lucia become a nice couple, and they have a pet, George.
And that's it.
Until the Christmas special.
Oh, and we mail Sadia a letter.
Of course. George and Tree Lady. There's the ship.
She's just going to be mad because you wasted good tree to make paper to write it.
Perfectly good tree.
On my way to Gary, I find Flint and I throw him again.
Yay.
For
Good
old
idea.
time's sake.
Three more, and suddenly one last twist.
One
I
final
think it'd be
draft.
cute if Flint became Glaive's apprentice.
Oh yeah.
It has been a great pleasure.
It's been an honor to run the game.
Serene didn't use her momentum or her poison arrows.
I was wondering
There's a
about
lot left
that.
on the table.
None of us sustained any damage.
I was wondering why she didn't go for the poison arrows when she had the +1. Because that's gonna be the best situation for this roll to pan out for most damage.
Well, honestly, I expected things to go worse, so I was trying to save them.
Oh, there you go. You never know.
I mean, they went as bad as they honestly could. I mean,
You know, the first match that was bad, he was going to be like, your quiver gets knocked into the sea and all your poison arrows are gone.
The end.
we rolled against 10s.
That was a lot of 10s. The stats. We need the stats for the night.
The stats. The final stats.
Final stats. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the pink lines that are hitting the top. That's a lot of 10s right there. The first roll, the double 10. Another double 10 towards the middle. There were a lot of misses sprinkled in.
Hey, Turtle, here's your ultimate cap on DobbsQuest.
Okay. What have I been said?
Oh no.
In chat.
Oh.
It's in chat. Oh, Dr. Sam. Quantum Leap reference.
Spoilers for the ending of the original Quantum Leap.
Ah.
Typos and all.
Well, that's it. That's the end of DobbsQuest.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We'll never hear the theme song again.
Well, if you go back and you watch the ending there, we had the overdrive guitar mix playing just at the very end there.
Good.
You can enjoy that. Tune in for Factorio Quest tomorrow on an island. Yay. All right.
This has been a treat. Let's never do it again.
So that is both GameCube and Turtle's first ever real tabletop role-playing game experience was DobbsQuest. How about that? And now you're pros.
I feel like a pro.
YouTube playlist of all DobbsQuest episodes. That sounds like a horrible experience.
Now available on DVD.
Yeah, why not? It's straight to VHS. All right.
Coming soon, Dobbs writes a Choose Your Own Adventure starring us.
Perfect.
It's a VHS, but we didn't edit out the ads, so every time something good happens, the ads kick in.
Yeah. I think there's
Yeah, that's right. Other people that aren't me experience ads on this channel.
It's weird. There's like
I've been subbed for like 3 years. I just forget the ads happen.
This is the base. I do need to start working on Paper Dabble at some point. I still need to finish Dabble Cart.
All these original ideas.
So many original ideas. So I think there's like at least 2, maybe 3 different people that are currently thinking of doing a tabletop RPG on Twitch. So everyone who's been enjoying these, keep listening. I don't know when it's going to happen or who it's going to happen to.
Thank you for hosting whatever it is this was, Dobbs.
You're very welcome, GQ. Thank you for coming along for the ride, and thank you for the money that you just gave me.
Enjoy
Good
them.
choice, Al.
Thanks for years of your life. Here's $5.
All right, thanks. I'll give half of it to Jeff Bezos. All right. Well,
He earned it.
Does this happen? Quick question: does this happen often with these kind of things that we all lived? I mean,
I don't have player deaths often, so maybe I'm just a forgiving DM. But the dice
But
were
we're
what
stupid,
they were.
so we could have done it.
I was going to say we
We tried to die.
I mean, the greatest confession I can muster is I really wanted to program something in that let me cheat the dice, but I never did it. But that's my great confession is I wanted to.
thank God for all the Dabble clones out there that kept you busy.
I know. No rolls, just and you're dead. Okay, and you're dead. That's it. We're done. Let's play Factorio now. Al is so mad we lived. Well, just wait for him to run something, or for Day to run something.
I've had some people die when I've DM'd. It's usually because they made a stupid decision.
That is, yeah.
And sometimes they knew it was a stupid decision, sometimes they didn't.
I've never made any stupid decisions in this game,
Just
especially
remember,
not jumping on the back of 2 molesks.
if the DM ever asks you, "Are you sure?" Think about it. Dabble's Gate. You are not sure. They were all revived. I don't think I've ever done a campaign where revival was even a thing. It's like, no, death matters. Get used to it. All right.
I always gave them the ability to revive NPCs, but not player characters.
Oh, that makes
I
sense.
want to be George.
All right. Everyone,
Goodbye.
have a good night.
goodbye from all of your favorite characters. Vote for your favorite character in the Discord.
That's
Vote
right.
for your favorite introductory stupid sentence we said throughout all the seasons.
After the entire 4-season campaign.
Go back and watch them. We need the numbers.
It was
George.
George.
Yeah!
We got a renewal.
Sadia. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Farewell.